Welcome to another road tripping version of More with Less. I guess you'd call it kind of a vagabond philosopher's version. I'm not sure. I like vagabond because I learned that word when I was a kid, but then I was actually going to there's another channel I'm thinking about starting called about spiritual journey, because as most of you can tell from these videos, I'm a person of faith, and I've got a little bit of road film on me, and I like the word vagabond, so I looked it up, and it's a traveler, but usually it means a traveler who can't hold a job. So, and I do have a job, and I have held it for a long time.
You're fired, get out of here.
But I kind of like the word vagabond. So I'll call myself a vagabond philosopher for the day.
Get out of here.
There's something that I really often would say to my daughter when she was a teenager. You know, when we're teenagers and we see something we want, it grows in magnitude in the way it impacts our psyche. Once we set our heart of desire on something, it becomes all important, and we have a really hard time pulling off of it. And a lot of times, if we were to say wait 2 or 3 weeks and not buy the thing, we would have already moved on. Our attention would have already moved on to something else, and we would probably value that above the previous desire. But the intensity of those feelings is really strong, and I think that we drag a lot of that into being adults. And one of the things I used to tell her, and yet now she tells me, which is really, really quite a blessing, to have my daughter actually hold on to something I've shared and consider it to be really valuable for her life, is when I see something that I probably could use and it's a really great deal, but I've told myself I'm not going to act on it on the spur of the moment. I'm going to wait a couple of weeks. And I know that object is probably going to be gone in 2 weeks. But I also know that I am prone to being excitable about different gizmos or vehicles, or fishing gear, or whatever it might be. And I need to be a good steward of all those things. So I used to always tell her, Abigail, there is never a last great deal. So I'm here to tell you on my little road trip here, there is never a last great deal. Do not let yourself get overwhelmed or disappointed or upset because you saw something on Facebook Marketplace and it showed up, and you weren't really thinking about that. You hadn't really budgeted for it. Maybe somebody, it's springtime and somebody has planted all their vegetables and has planted all their flowers, and they have, 4 flats of flowers that they if you come and get them right now, you can have them for $5. And you're thinking, well, I wasn't really planning on planting planters, but this is a great deal. And then you ponder it, and by the time you decide you're going to pull the trigger, they say sold. Maybe it's a vehicle that you think is a really awesome vehicle, and it's a really good price, and it's a good price, but you don't currently need one. And then you're thinking, well, I could sell mine, and then I could get that one. And anyway, it gets sold out from under you. Just remember, there is never a last great deal. And that'll help you feel better about letting things go by. So that's my little That's my little traveling wisdom for you today. Don't let it bug you when great deals get by. Be thankful that somebody else got a great deal and just pray that God will bless them with that deal, and trust that they needed it more than you did. So don't let it ruin your day. Remember, God is the source of all blessing, and there's never any last great deal. Thanks for joining me on this little short road trip video with More with Less.